everyone, and welcome back to Lexapath English Podcast, your favorite place to grow your English one step at a time.
Hey, great to be here. I'm Jack.
And I'm Anna. We are so glad you found us today, whether you're listening on your morning commute, at the gym, or just relaxing at home.
Thank you for choosing to spend this time with us.
Jack, before we start today's lesson, I have a little story for you.
Oh, I love a story. Go on.
So yesterday, I bumped into my neighbor at the supermarket. I hadn't seen her in a few months. And the first thing I said to her was, "You look different."
And what did she say?
She laughed and said, "Do I look different or do I seem different?"
Ooh, that is a very smart question.
Right? And I stood there thinking, wait, what is the difference?
And that, my friends, is exactly what we are talking about today.
Yes. Today on Lexapath English Podcast, we are exploring two words that English learners mix up all the time.
The words are looks and seems.
Small words, huge difference in meaning.
And once you understand the difference, your English will instantly sound more natural and more precise.
So let's not waste any time. Let's build the foundation first.
Okay, Anna, let's start with the basics. When we say looks, what are we really talking about?
Great question. Looks is about appearance. It's about what your eyes can see. It's visual evidence.
For example, she looks tired.
Exactly. You can see it. Her eyes are half closed. Her face is pale. She's moving slowly. You are using your eyes to make that judgment.
Another example, that building looks old. You see cracked walls, faded paint, visual, physical, what your eyes observe.
Now, what about seems?
Seems is different. Seems is more about your overall impression. It's about what you feel, sense, or interpret, not just what you see.
It goes beyond the surface.
Exactly. For example, she seems tired. Maybe she hasn't said she's tired. You can't see heavy eyes, but her voice is flat. She's answering questions with one word. You get the impression she's exhausted.
So seems uses more information. Behavior, tone, energy, gut feeling.
That's the core difference. Looks is what you see. Seems is what you sense.
Let's put them side by side so our listeners can really feel the contrast.
He looks nervous.
He seems nervous.
First one, you see shaking hands, a stiff posture, wide eyes.
Second one, maybe he's very quiet. Maybe he avoids certain topics. Maybe something just feels off. You can't quite explain it, but you sense the nervousness.
One more pair. The house looks abandoned.
The house seems abandoned.
First one, you see broken windows, overgrown grass, no lights on.
Second one, maybe the garden is a little wild, mail is piling up, neighbors say nobody has come or gone in months. The impression is abandonment, but it's not purely visual.
You're putting together clues from multiple sources.
Exactly. And that's where seems lives, in the world of conclusions, impressions, and interpretations.
Okay, let's do a quick practice. We'll give you a situation. You choose looks or seems. Ready? Situation 1. You see your friend walk in with dark circles under her eyes, messy hair, and a coffee in each hand.
You say, "She looks tired," because you're describing what you can physically see.
Situation 2. Your friend is very quiet in a group chat. Short replies, no jokes. That's unusual for her.
You say, "She seems tired," or maybe she seems upset. You're reading behavior, not appearance.
Perfect. Visual equals looks. Impression equals seems.
Lovely. Now, let's go deeper, because this is where it gets really interesting.
All right, so we've covered the basic forms, But in real everyday English, we often use looks like and seems like.
And these are everywhere. In casual conversation, in the office, on the news. You need to know them.
So what does looks like do?
Looks like is used when you're making a conclusion based on something you can see. You see physical evidence and you make a deduction from it.
For example, it looks like it's gonna rain. The sky is gray, clouds are heavy, you can see it.
Another one, it looks like he hasn't eaten in a while. You see how thin he is? How he eats quickly? Visual.
Now, seems like...
Seems like is softer. You're drawing a conclusion from behavior, information, context, not just what you can see.
For example, it seems like he's going through a tough time. Maybe he's mentioned some stress. Maybe he canceled plans twice this week. You're reading the situation as a whole.
Another one, it seems like the new manager doesn't like morning meetings. He always reschedules them. That's not visual. That's a pattern you've noticed.
So looks like is concrete, seems like is interpretive.
Beautifully said, Jack.
Thank you. I've been practicing.
Now, here's the thing our listeners need to understand. Sometimes both are possible in the same sentence, but the meaning shifts slightly.
Let's try one. It looks difficult. Versus, it seems difficult.
First one, you're looking at something. A maths problem, an obstacle course. You see it, and visually, it appears complex.
Second one, maybe someone explained it to you. Maybe you heard others struggling with it. You haven't even looked at it closely, but your overall impression is that it's difficult. Same adjective, same structure, different perspective.
And that's what makes English so beautifully precise when you use it correctly.
Let's try another one. This is a classic. The new employee looks confident.
Versus the new employee seems confident.
First one, straight back, firm handshake, good eye contact. You see confidence in his body language.
Second one, he answers questions without hesitation. He volunteers ideas in meetings. He doesn't seem rattled by challenges. You sense confidence through his actions.
Both correct, but the source of your information is different.
And choosing the right word tells your listener exactly how you came to that conclusion.
Let's talk about emotions specifically, because this is where seems really shines.
Oh, absolutely. When we talk about how people feel, seems is often the better choice.
Why?
Because emotions are internal. They're not always visible. You sense them, you read them in behavior, in tone, in the way someone chooses their words.
For example, you seem upset today. That's a very common thing to say to someone when you notice a change in their energy or behavior.
Compared to, you look upset. That sounds more blunt, more focused on the face, red eyes, a frown.
So seems is actually more empathetic in many emotional situations.
Exactly. It shows that you're paying attention to more than just appearance. You're reading the whole person.
That's such an important communication skill.
It really is. In English, the words you choose say a lot about how observant and emotionally intelligent you are.
All right, let's talk about the mistakes we often hear from English learners.
Mistake number 1, using looks for non-visual situations.
For example, someone tells you that the new project is very complicated. You say, it looks complicated.
But you haven't seen anything. You've heard information. So the better choice is, it seems complicated, or it seems like a complicated project.
Mistake number 2, using looks for emotional impressions.
For example, your colleague has been very withdrawn and quiet for 3 days. You say, you look sad.
Now, if you can see sadness on their face right now, that's okay. But if you're reading a pattern of behavior over days, seems is better.
You seem a bit down lately. Is everything all right?
Mistake number 3. Using looks like when the evidence isn't visual.
For example, your friend didn't reply to 3 messages and canceled your plans. You tell someone about it and say, "It looks like she's upset with me."
But you're not seeing her. You're interpreting behavior in silence. So it seems like she might be upset with me. That's more accurate.
Small word, big difference in accuracy.
Let's bring it all together with a little story. I'll set the scene, Anna will narrate, and we'll use both words naturally throughout.
And listeners, pay attention to when we use looks versus seems. See if you can catch why we chose each one.
It's Monday morning. You arrive at your office. The lights are on, but nobody has arrived yet.
It looks like you're the first one in today. The chairs are still pushed in, coats are still on the rack.
Your manager walks in at 9. She's wearing a smart blazer, her posture's upright. She smiles at you.
She looks professional today. You notice immediately.
But as the morning goes on, she's very quiet. She cancels your 10 o'clock meeting. She doesn't respond to a group email.
She seems distracted. Something's on her mind, even though you can't quite name it.
By lunch, she calls a team meeting. She speaks calmly, but her words are careful and measured.
She seems nervous about something. Not because you can see nerves on her face, but because of the way she's choosing every word.
She announces a new project. It's a big one. The slides she shows are detailed, complex, full of numbers. It looks challenging.
But after she finishes, her shoulders relax. She smiles more freely.
She seems relieved to have finally shared the news. And just like that, in one ordinary Monday at the office, you used both words naturally, in context, with purpose.
That's the goal. Not to memorize rules, but to feel the difference until it becomes instinct.
Before we wrap up, here is your final challenge. We'll give you 5 situations. Decide which word fits. Looks, seems, or appears. Say your answer out loud before we give ours.
Ready? Here we go.
1. You see a plate of pasta covered in sauce, garnished perfectly. You say,
"It looks delicious," because you can see it right in front of you.
2. Your friend hasn't been posting on social media, missed 2 calls, and sent you very short replies. You say,
"She seems stressed," or "She seems like she needs some space." Behavior-based impression.
3. You're reading a news article about a new startup company. You want to describe it formally. You say, "The new startup is aiming to revolutionize the agricultural sector by leveraging cutting-edge technologies to improve productivity and sustainability."
The company appears to be growing rapidly. Formal register. Seems would also work in a less formal context.
4. You see storm clouds rolling in from the horizon. You say,
"It looks like a storm is coming." Visual evidence right in front of you.
5. You just met someone at a party. You've only spoken for 2 minutes. They answer questions thoughtfully. They listen carefully. They remember small details you mentioned. You say,
"She seems very intelligent." You're not reading a test score. You're feeling intelligence through the interaction.
"All right, let's bring today's episode to a close."
We've covered a lot of ground today, and I hope it's clicking for you.
We started with the foundation. Looks is about what your eyes see. Physical, visual, immediate.
Seems is about your impression, behavior, tone, energy, the things you sense beyond the surface.
We explored looks like and seems like for making conclusions.
We talked about emotions, tone, and when to use the more formal appears.
And we practiced through real situations and a full story.
Here's the thought I want to leave you with. When you choose between looks and seems, you are choosing your perspective. Are you describing what your eyes can see, or are you sharing what your heart understands?
That small distinction makes your English more human, more layered, more powerful.
And that is what Lexipath English is all about. Not just speaking English, but speaking it with intention.
If today's episode helped you, please subscribe to Lexipath English Podcast on your favorite platform.
Leave us a review. It genuinely helps us reach more learners, just like you.
And share this episode with one friend who always says it looks good for absolutely everything.
We will see you in the next episode. Until then, keep listening, keep practicing, and keep growing.
Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye.